Hey guys, so just got back from the theater from seeing another double feature. I still got another double feature after this to do in the next coming days. That's gonna be a long one, but yeah, I've been to the movie theater so much this past week. I literally got to the theater and the girl at the ticket counter goes, "You're here again?" And like they pretty much said, "You're here more than the fucking actual employees are." I'm like, wow. Whew, this is my life. I was thinking, man, that's my life. Now, I'm seeing every goddamn movie out. I try to pack in as many movies as I can in one day so I don't have to go in multiple days, but still, there's so much shit coming out now. I have to go, like, I only try to go see two movies in a day because it's hard to do three, especially in my schedule. Anyways, first movie I sat through was Playing with Fire, the new kids movie with John Cena in it. I wasn't really looking forward to this movie that much, and there's probably a lot of people wondering why the fuck did I see this movie. And again, like I said with Arctic Dogs, I see everything that comes out now, so here's this movie. I'm like, I wasn't. I wasn't dreading this movie as much as I was Arctic Dogs, because like Arctic Dogs looks like a piece of shit. At least this one is like, maybe John Cena will be fun. It's got a good cast. It looks like something straight out of the '90s, like in the era of like Cheaper by the Dozen and what's another like stuff like that. Like you'd see in the '90s, '90s, early 2000s. It felt like something like that. And like I said, I got a trailer for this movie a shitload of times, and I was so tired of getting that trailer, and I'm so glad I'm never gonna get the trailer again. It was like, man, I was just waiting for that movie to come out for so goddamn long, and I know this movie is getting bad reviews, and this movie ain't good. I'm not saying it's good. Trust me, I'm not. But I didn't hate it. That's the weirdest recommend. I don't know if I rarely recommend it, but I didn't hate it. It's not good. I did laugh a few times while watching it. I will say that. But I think the best thing that happened in this movie was that earlier this week I saw Arctic Dogs, and this is not as bad, not even close to being as bad as Arctic Dogs. Arctic Dogs was a piece of shit. This was just mediocre. I don't know, maybe not even mediocre. It was just there. I didn't hate it. Like I said, there are parts of it I thought like I said, you got a good cast in this movie. That's just that can are in a lot better things and could be a lot better actors because they have been in better things, such as guys like John Leguizamo, who's playing every fucking John Leguizamo character has played in any comedy over the last 20 years. The annoying guy who in this movie, his shtick is that he quotes famous people, but misquotes them and gets the people that quoted it wrong. That's his whole shtick. You have Michael Key, who's a great fucking comedian. I know he's a great comedian, but he's really obnoxious and like more a cartoon character sometimes. Like he just pops in and out of sceneries for no goddamn reason. John Cena, look, I am so happy to see him having a career outside of wrestling, man. It is funny that like he was very outspoken against The Rock when he started his Hollywood career and didn't do anything in WWE, but now John Cena's in the same position doing what he is doing and outside, pretty much not wrestling anymore. And I'm glad to see him like and this I liked Cena enough in this movie. He was fine. He had maybe like more laughs out of him than I did actually any of the other characters. He's likable enough. He's a likable enough of a dude. And he's proven he can be a funny dude when given the chance. And like that guy has some freakishly big ass hands, man. I forget how big. Like he just has a phone like this size in his hand, and it looks so fucking tiny. It's like, dude, like what is up with your hands? Like he is a big gigantic dude. I mean I know he's a big dude, but goddamn, man. You got Judy Greer's in this as the love interest. The kid. If I were to criticize anything as far as the acting, even though like people like John Leguizamo, who was not not very good, but again, and guys like Michael Keegan was not very good either. But you know that these guys could be really good in other things because you see them really good in other things. The kid actors weren't very good in this movie, man. They were pretty bad. They were pretty fucking bad. I hate picking on kid actors. They weren't the worst kid actors I've seen of 2019. That will always still go to fucking the kids from Dumbo. At least these kids showed fucking some kind of emotion and showed some kind of energy. Because those kids, I swear to God, in Dumbo were like robots that were just programmed to try to somewhat tries to show some kind of human emotion, but failed. These kids are just not very good and kind of the obnoxious kids that you see in these kinds of fucking movies. The little girl, God bless her, and I have a niece, but I don't think she speaks very good English. It's one of those like little girls. It's like, why do you get these little kids actors that really can't speak English very well? Sometimes you're like, what the fuck is she trying to say? I feel bad making fun. I'm trying not to make fun of little kid actors, but they're not very good, man. Even the teenage girl's not that good. Like, especially when it gets like, this movie, I sat for 2 movies tonight that had twists in them. And this one is not the weirdest of the 2 that had the twist. But this movie, like, halfway through it, decides to try to be instant family. It tries to get really serious. But throughout the whole fucking thing, it's a slapsticky kind of sophomore humor-esque movie. And then it just tries to really get serious all of a sudden. And it's like, it's fucking hilarious. It's like, dude, it's not working. Like, you're not instant family. Instant Family did this kind of subject matter a lot better. Because, like, you wonder, because, like, when you get introduced to these kids, like, they're in a cabin in the woods that by themselves, and the cabin is on fire, and that's how they get rescued. You see it in the fucking trailer. And, like, that scene goes on a little bit longer, like a lot of scenes in this fucking movie, than it needs to, because there's a scene where the kids are arguing with a cop, John Cena, whether smoke jumpers are a real thing, and that whether they are any more important than firefighters, and they have an argument for like 2 minutes while there's a blaze going on around them. They're having an argument about this with no fucking like smoke equipment to try to help prevent smoke from getting in their lungs. They're just sitting there arguing about this. I'm like, just fucking go! And you're like, you guys are bad. That's another thing. Like, these firefighters are terrible at their fucking jobs. They're really bad. Like, John Leguizamo at the beginning of the fucking movie, he is a second-in-command pilot, but has never flown a fucking helicopter ever before, and he has to fly a helicopter, and he has to gather water and together and try to dump it on this fucking cabin in the woods that's on fire, and he completely misses the cabin by like a fucking football field. And I'm like, how did they do that? I was like, they are the most incompetent people I've ever fucking seen. Like, yeah, it has a storyline that you see like in a lot of these movies where John Cena is trying to go for a promotion, and the captain, the fire captain that is played by that guy who does the Allstate commercials. I forgot what his fucking name is. The black guy in the Allstate commercials. that you see all the time. He is the fire captain, and he's about to retire, and John Cena wants to take his job, and he's in consideration, and the fire captain's about to come, and he wants to have his station, in tip-top shape, but of course, he's got kids now to deal with, and some wackiness ensues, and you probably know where it's fucking going. You can see it coming a mile away. It's very cliched. Like I said, the humor in this movie, it's got a lot of poo-poo humor. Like the boom-boom scene, that goes on longer. There's a lot of scenes in this movie that just go on way too fucking long. There's a scene where they have to adjust a fucking picture frame, and it goes on for 5 minutes. I swear to God, even longer. It feels like 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. It keeps going and going and going. And that projectile, that boom boom scene that you see in the trailer goes on longer, and you see them pretending like they're about to puke. And John Cena and Keegan Michael Key. This movie is dumb. It's dumb, but it's not that bad. Like I said, the best thing about this movie is that I saw Arctic Dogs before, a few days before I saw this, and like I said, this movie is way better than Arctic Dogs. Arctic Dogs is more of a bullshit movie than this. Like I said, I don't really recommend it, but it's not that bad. I know, it felt like something you'd see out in the 90s, or like I said, early 2000s. That's the best way to describe it. You know what kind of movie if you see the trailers, you know exactly what kind of movie you're going to get. You can pretty much, figure out every plot point of this movie, because I've seen a million movies like this. Like I said, it's not terrible, it's just there. I've seen worse. A lot worse this year. Not just Arctic Dogs. I've seen a lot worse than that. Trailers. I got the new trailer for Jumanji: The Next Level. I just talked about that yesterday, getting a trailer for that. And then I got the brand new trailer for that, where it shows a little bit more of the plot. It's basically, like I said, Danny DeVito's in it. Now you got Danny Glover. Danny DeVito's playing The Rock's role. The Rock is trying to be like Danny DeVito's in The Rock's body, and Danny Glover is in Kevin Hart's body. So it's like it should be fun. I hope it's gonna be fun. I love the first. I said like the first two, especially that sequel. It was a big surprise. Welcome to the Jungle. So I'm hoping it's gonna be good. And then the other one was Ford versus Ferrari. That's weird. I got this trailer in front of it. I haven't talked about this. I got this trailer quite a few times over the last few months, and this comes out this week coming up, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm hearing really good things about it. It's about there was a race back in the day where Ford faced Ferrari in like a race and raced their cars, it's at Matt Damon, Christian Bale. It's directed by the guy who made Logan. I'm looking forward to it. It looks like a lot of fun. It's supposedly 2.5 hours, which, Jesus Christ. So, that's as far as trailers. I got one more review to do, and I'll be back in a minute.